in our closet that I did not know existed, with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone, because he loved everyone so much. He didn't want other people to take on his pain.
Allison Hoker opening up about her late husband Twitch's secret struggle with drug addiction, plus the shocking discovery she made just before his funeral.
God doesn't give you things you cannot handle. I'm a firm believer in that.
There was a moment I was with one of my really dear friends, and we were cleaning out the closet and picking out an outfit for him for the funeral. And it was a really triggering moment for me because there was a lot of things I discovered in our closet that I did not know existed.
2 years after Twitch's shocking death, his wife Allison bearing all in a new interview with People on newsstands now.
Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality. How you doing? Now, let me just say this real quick. This is gonna be some private hot tea, but it's serious. So, put on your serious hats. It's gonna be some dog whistles. There's gonna be some truth and honesty in here. Now, remember, everything is alleged, and in my opinion, click the like button, subscribe when you enter this house. And I just want to real quick do a little piping hot tea segment on Twitch and his wife, his mental health struggles, and what CANDIACE DILLARD Bassett said. Oh, CANDIACE, my darling. Let me give a little history on these people and how I know them. Now, my memory is serving me that Twitch was on So You Think You Could Dance. I only watched a couple of seasons of that. And I want to say by the time I did start watching, I'm going to say I didn't watch when he was on it. And by the time I started watching it, I think that he was such a fabulous dancer, they had advanced him to host. So I think he was a host on there. And I know for sure he co-hosted the Ellen DeGeneres show, plus he was her DJ, plus he had multiple hats. Co-executive producer. All right. His wife, if I could recall, I don't know her name, and I'm not going to try to look it up to find out. I'm just going to say everybody know her is Twitch's wife, right? His wife, awesome dancer as well. I mean, we saw the TikToks. And I do know this for a fact. She was a dancer on Dancing with the Stars. And that's when I was a big fan. Dancing with the Stars. I don't think she on there was like 2 seasons, maybe. And then she was gone. And I hated that because she brought a better hip-hop element to the Dancing with the Stars. And I definitely enjoy the mixture of hip-hop and dance and ballroom dance. I loved it. But, you know, Len Goodman, not so much. And he forgot about the freestyle that was brought into it, you know, with Carrie Ann and all those, and Derek Huff and all those. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, I'm trying to get you in the mindset of who these people are to us, not to themselves. Well, apparently, Twitch's wife did an interview, and she spoke what the Black community feels as negative about her experience with him. Now, I'm about to say this, and I'm about to say this real nice. I believe that 2 things can be true at once. Now, here is where I'm on her side, right? This is for me as a former social worker, psychology major, okay? This is where I'm looking at. I'm going to go from a professional standpoint. I'm not their therapist. Let me make that disclaimer. Not their social worker. But I'm going to go from what I saw of Twitch, that we know of Twitch, okay? We saw a jovial, happy, self-actualized man in person. And the wife saw this same person at home to a degree, until his life was removed by himself, right? And when I say your life is removed by yourself, life removal You know what I mean? So in some ways, and in many ways, it was a lot of things that she didn't know about him. So she decides to come out and speak about it, right? She talked about how he was struggling. He was actually molested, and he didn't tell people. Now, for some reason in the black community, a lot of black men don't tell, especially when it's man on man, and especially if they're straight. Because they don't want people to think, because that taboo thing that happened to them, they don't want people to think that they're gay because that happened to them. Okay? And then again, a lot of people think that every black male who is gay was actually abused by a man. No. Y'all, we got to come out of that. Some people are just gay. Accept it. It ain't your body. It ain't your life. And when we, especially as conservative Americans, not me, but those conservatives, realize that, I'm telling you, this country is supposed to be a free country now. This country will run better if we take out of all these conservative values. They're your values. They're personal to you. All these conservative beliefs about gays and gay marriages and all this type of stuff, you are harming the people of this country. Look at Twitch. So she decides she's going to click her button and talk to People Magazine and tell that story. Her story to tell. She found out that, she read his journals. Now, in some ways, me as a former social worker / psychology major, I do feel like that she could have kept some of that to herself. And I'm going to tell you why. Because those were his personal thoughts. And I don't think it was fair for her to talk about his personal thoughts. Now, gloss over it, glaze over it, tell her truth. Yes, because it will give us some idea as to why he did self-removal, right? She could have said, he was struggling. She did say something to that nature, but she went into detail. I probably would have said, he was struggling with himself. A lot of things people don't know about. I probably would have glossed over it and just came up with depression and just gave a blanket broad statement about that. Those things about him being amused and maybe in his personal thoughts, maybe she could have kept that to herself, but she chose not to. So she didn't. She's come out and talked about it. Now we have a better idea. But I do think that a lot, and now this is where I'm about to tap her on the hand. And this is where I do believe, in my opinion, why she did come out and do this, because a lot of people in the black community especially feels like she had something to do with his self-removal. She wants to make it clear that how could she have something to do with his self-removal when he was dibbling and dabbling in the dark arts himself over there, unbeknownst to her. She wants you to know that there's no way that she could have done this, what we are accusing her of doing, because his involvement with these dark arts, and when I say dark arts, I mean street shit, okay? Just in case you're not following. With his involvement in these dark arts, he couldn't have possibly, well, in her opinion and mine as well, she's trying to make you understand that this is not something that she did to him. This is something that he actually did to himself. And when I tell you a whole bunch of black women especially are not going to allow this woman to speak her truth and change their minds about her, I read it. And this is why I said I think she's doing a lot of damage control here. Because a lot of black people are saying from the beginning she had something to do with it. She, that's what happens when, black men marry these white women. When he decided to marry her, listen to me, black women, all 1,448 of you that's my subscribers and then some that I hope see this video, it is not our responsibility. Listen to me carefully. Once a black man makes a choice for a preference, it is not our responsibility to continue to protect them in death or in life. They made their choice. This is making us look like we are filled with hate. Let me say this again. It is not our responsibility to take care of these men going. Look at the responses that we have for the little boy that used to play for Jackson State. I can't think of his name, Hunter. And I'm gonna say play for Jackson State because that's where I know him from. Okay, where he to me was a traitor and followed Deion Sanders off over there to the Caucasian people. Okay, that's football. I'm not talking about his little girlfriend. Okay, because my understanding is she's mixed with a lot of different varieties of things. It's neither here nor there. The point is, it's not our job to protect him. Y'all stop. He is grown. I said the same thing about him. He's grown. Stop being mamas to children that are not yours. Let him bump his ass on the ground like a frog. And if she takes him for every single damn dime he has, oh well. And if another Caucasian woman comes out once the man is gone on the glory and tells her story, stop. Like I said, it's making us look like we feel with hate. And then one of my favorite housewives who I have went down in the dirt with and said, no ma'am, don't do this to Candiace. Candiace was, beat down on a show in front of millions of people. Stop. We got to stop accepting violence on TV and thinking that, because they cheered on her assailant. Shout out to Juke So Gucci. Oh, baby. It was so much support of the person, the victim, miser, over the victim. It was insanity. And I couldn't get with Monique because of that. Okay? Let me preface by saying that. This has nothing to do with her statement now. And this is why I'm going to have to tap Candiace on the hand. Candiace came out and said she's not the wife. She's not protecting black men. She's not protecting the black man's legacy. She's not protecting her black children. How do you know that lady look at her children as black? Huh? Candiace? Another thing we have to start doing, unless a black biracial or a white biracial person says they are what they are, then let them do what they want to do. Because a lot of times they take on a bigger part of the black aesthetic. Look how far down Tamara's children are to the degree of blackness where it's almost all whittled out. But the daughter, Tamara Mowry's daughter, with her half white mother and her white father, has a lot of her grandmother's still features. But she'll probably, in my opinion, marry a white man and that'll be gone. But I'm saying, and then the little boy, Adam Jr., I think that's his name, or whatever his name is. Anyway, the little boy, whereas when he was smaller, he just looked like a little Caucasian boy. Now he's looking like Tamara looked in her color when he was younger. The point is, that is why we have a tendency to call these people black and leave out the rest of it. Same thing with Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle identifies as what she is. Black folks get mad at that lady because that lady says she's biracial. That's what she is. So how do you know, Candiace Dillard Bassett, that those children identify as black? Now, personally, I don't believe that they should, when someone is biracial, that's my personal belief. I don't think they should identify as one over the other. But because of that slave plantation rule that white people came up with, the one drop rule, we have a tendency to make them feel like they should identify as black only. That was slavery. Now, the reason why Halle Berry does it is because Halle Berry's almost aesthetic appears black. I didn't even know she was biracial till I saw her mama. I didn't. I just thought she was a light-skinned black lady. See, that goes out the one. And then you have Alicia Keys, who identifies as black. All these women and men can do what they want to do. They are grown, Candace. And for you as a person who is in an interracial marriage, you look really hypocritical. I cannot believe Candace did that. You look hypocritical. Period. You are about to raise a biracial child. And I know that he's not like that white lady Twitch was married to. I know. Your Caucasian husband got flavor and he only dates black women. Okay? I can tell he got a little sauce to him, you know. Cause he has that black scent that people talk about. So, I know yours got flavor, but it's white all the same. Your child, biracial all the same. And for you to come out and act as if it was this Caucasian woman's job to protect this black man's legacy, you sound like a fool. Because it's one thing a Caucasian woman is not going to do when she getting her Karen on, and that's protect the black man that she was married to, sexing with, whatever the case may be with. She ain't going to do it. And when they choose their preference, it's not our job to do it either. All these comments up under that interview is damn ridiculous. I'm telling you, in America, if we minded our own damn business about a whole lot of things, we wouldn't be going through the things that we're going through today. And that's where I'm going to cut it and end it. I got incoming calls coming in and I do all my recording on my phone. So I'm going to let y'all go on that. Think about that thing now. Think about what I'm saying to you. Mind your damn business. That's all. And with that, I'm going to close. Come on in. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. And you will be notified when I upload a video. But before I go, let me just say this real quick. Real quick. I too, as a black woman, and I think it's ingrained in us, have felt some type of way when black men marry white women. It's just what it is. And for me, it's not all because they found love and it's just what it is, and they in Shangri-La and this, that, and the third. A lot of times it's more prideful when they do that. Like my cousin who's married to a white woman, I got me a white woman. And as if that's better. That's when I take pause to it. Right? Or when you got one, you got what you prefer, and then you go out in these streets here, and I don't like black women. I don't like them dark-skinned black women, because them dark-skinned black women, they have bad attitude. They don't treat me like a king, like my white queen do. That type of shit. That type of shit right there is what make me have pause to it. And then it also causes me pause because I'm looking at civil rights, right? Was that the case for the civil rights? And we know that because Martin Luther King had a tendency to prefer Caucasian women with red hair because that was his first love. And then he couldn't be with her in the way that he wanted to be. And then his partners, as soon as he passed away and the laws were lifted, that's the first thing Sidney Poitier and Harry Belafonte and all the rest of them did as soon as they were able to date their preference. It's those kind of things right there that makes us draw that slippery slope and have us a little jaded. Especially when we were the ones who were beside you, we were the ones who protested with you, we were the ones who saw our brothers and sisters being hung, and then you have enough nerve to down the people that were with you. No white woman stood beside any black man at that time. Well, I take that back. It was some interracial marriages because they wanted to be together. I'm talking about the way black women did. In a majority. For the majority reasons, the people who stood beside black men during the civil rights movement and the civil rights era were black women. And yes, we feel a little jaded because there's some betrayal there. Betrayal, not portrayal. Okay? And like I said, I'm going to close with that. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. Like, comment, subscribe. Oh, I said it already. Child. Menopause. Different story altogether. That's why I wish Keisha hadn't left the show. And she was about to bring menopause and the understanding of menopause to the forefront, which we definitely need, because there are things that we were out there thinking, you just stop your period and you get old and you have high flashes and that's it. It is so much more deeper than that, and I have experienced it. Okay, bone loss, blood loss, all of these things that we are not talking about, and Keisha was about to do that. Anyway, let me go ahead and close. I'm gonna turn up the deuces. That way I know I need to get out of here. Deuces.